Welcome to Hollywood Deli. I'm your host, Blue. So listen, let's talk about it. Kevin Hart. So Kevin Hart, let's back up a few ticks. Remember back in 2017, Kevin Hart had a sex tape drop, and it was of him having sex with a woman that wasn't his wife. And at the time, his wife was very pregnant with their first child. This is his second wife. They were pregnant. They were pregnant with their first child, and he was caught having sex on tape with another woman. Well, he blamed his friend for that tape being released and said that the friend tried to extort him. So the friend was charged with four different charges of one of them being extortion, and later the charges were dropped. And then I guess that friend JT Jackson had sued Kevin Hart for defamation of character because he it was founded that it was not true. So anyway, and so they came up with an agreement that he was to issue a public apology and using language to um, pretty much restore JT's reputation and saying that JT didn't do it because he lost everything behind this. All his job opportunities, they all went away. So Comedy Hype is one of the blogs that are is covering it. And also I also watch clips from Unwind with Tasha K. Now Unwind with Tasha K has been on it for a while that Kevin lied on JT, but she lost her credibility when she lied on Cardi Red. I'm sorry, I said Cardi Red. Damn, I mixed her name all up with Cardi B. And so you got to take what Wine with Tasha K says with a grain of salt. But prior to the Cardi B situation, Wine with Tasha K was on point. So anyway, Wine with Tasha K did a interview with Kevin Hart's ex uh, assistant, whose NDA has expired. She was paid $30,000, and when that expired, she like, honey, I need to get this money. So she's telling what she knows. So anyway, she said that she did not believe that JT had did this because prior to that, there was no indication that he would do something like that. They had like some kind of deal on a table between Kevin and him, and it was like a production deal. So he wouldn't sabotage that situation for a freak off video of Kevin Hart. Anyway, so let's listen to what Comedy Hype has to say about this whole situation because the friend now is suing Kevin Hart because Kevin never issued that apology. And so now he's going to have to pay him. And he sued him for millions, a breach of contract.
A lawsuit has now been filed against Kevin Hart for allegedly botching a settlement agreement that was going to clear the name of his former friend Jonathan JT Jackson in regards to Hart's sex tape cheating scandal from way back in 2017. Now, if you don't remember, Jackson received four charges including attempted extortion, attempted concealing and selling stolen property, unauthorized use of personal ID, and identity theft in connection to the alleged leaking of the sex tape. However, the charges were later dropped. Now, the lawsuit was filed this past Wednesday in Los Angeles County Superior Court, where Jackson accused Hart of not using the meticulously negotiated and agreed upon wording that came from their 2021 settlement. The failure to do so has resulted in a breach of contract worth up to $12 million.
Mm.
In addition to the breach of contract, Jackson also accuses Hart and Heartbeat Productions of fraud and intentional infliction of emotional distress. According to the complaint, which was obtained by the Los Angeles Times, Hart was contractually obligated to use specific verbiage that would publicly exonerate Jackson. This would all stem from the July 2021 settlement. Part of the complaint would read, the wording of Hart's statement, which was meticulously negotiated and detailed in the contract, was absolutely crucial to repairing and remediating the severe damage inflicted upon the plaintiff's reputation by the baseless extortion allegations that Hart aggressively promoted and publicized. Jackson claimed his reputation was unjustly tarnished due to a series of malicious actions by the defendants. One action was being included in Hart's 2019 Netflix documentary, Don't F This Up, which alleges that Jackson was involved in the creation and dissemination of a sex tape with Hart and another woman. In regards to the law,
And also, the assistant said that not only did the charges against JT get dropped, there were charges against Kevin for lying. and that he has pending charges. So I haven't done my research, so I don't know how true that part is. But she said that there's charges against him for this lying. And 12 million, hey, that's a nice payday for somebody lying on you. You know, he probably wasn't going to make that in his. I'm not going to say he probably was going to make that in his lifetime, but hell, that's a nice chunk of change that he could invest and start over again with. But this is really sad because at one point I was arguing with my fiance about it, and I said I believe that Kevin is lying. I don't believe that the friend did it because you know it was just him and the girl in the room, and you know where the camera was positioned, he would have saw it. But I also believe that it was just a way for him to distract people from what him being a douchebag and cheating on his pregnant wife. How do I get out of this? I shift the blame to a friend who nobody's going to care about because I'm the star. And so I believe that's what Kevin and his team concocted. And I don't think he thought that his friend would file probably a suit against him. I don't know why he wouldn't think he would, but the fact that you used this friend 5 years ago, um, I'm sorry, not 5 years ago, 7 years ago, to exact this plan and not compensate him and not uphold that contract, it just shows you what kind of sleazeball he is. And so, you know, everybody was looking at him, and this looked pretty bad for him. He was at like the height of his career, and him to be caught cheating, it was just like a big, big scandal because Kevin was promoting himself as this loving, doting husband and family guy who's just out here grinding for his family. But I think that he's a horn dog. He just can't help himself. This is what he likes to do. The first wife said he cheated on her, and he was cheating on her with the current wife and other women. And so it wasn't a lie because the current wife had confirmed it and said that he was dating multiple women. Da da da. Da. But our thing just stuck. As if that was something to brag about. But anyway, tell me what you think. Do you think Kevin Hart set the front up? Anyway, make sure you like, subscribe. Make sure you leave a 5-star rating. And y'all have a good night.